So I'm changing oil on the Xterra here after the road trip, and I've come to a life-changing decision. I'm not going to use Fram oil filters anymore. So here's the deal. This one's the ultra synthetic, and it's upside down because it's full of oil, or some oil. But on the trip, after driving the first day, the next day when I started the vehicle, there was a little bit of like, I don't know if you want to call it like a knock, and then it went away, like the oil had to get back to the top of the engine. And I thought these oil filters had an anti-siphon drain back valve in them, especially the more expensive Frams. If it does, it didn't work because that's what it did. It's like when you start the thing up, when you do an oil change, you get a little bit of knock and then you get your oil pressure. And yeah, so I'm not impressed with that. So, and typically, I've been using the Tough Guard. I don't know why I bought the ultra synthetic. But I've been trying to get the mobile M1 110 filter, but today Walmart and Fleet Farm were both sold out of that filter, so I went to the next best thing. So luckily Fleet Farm had K&N oil filters in stock, so the equivalent of an M1 110 Mobile 1 filter is a HP 1010 K&N, and on the back here on the side they show you some of the cross references with different companies or whatever. I don't know, it doesn't show that the Fram PH7317, and I'm not sure why. It should be on there, but it's not. So it's showing like a 5317, but the Mobile 1 M1 110 is on the list, so not sure. So let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. So right off the bat, the filter comes with like a plastic wrap on it, which is good, I guess. It's made in Mexico. I'm pretty sure the M110 Mobile 1s are made in America. I'm not sure where this Fram was made. It also has this nut, and I think this is kind of a gimmick so you can take it off with like a wrench or whatever. I don't know. That's never been really an issue. I don't know why everyone doesn't go to this. Like, Fram's got the right idea with this. I like this coating on here. You can get that by hand almost every time. So I'm going to take this plastic shrink wrap off, and then we'll take a closer look here at the filter. Alright, so here it is unwrapped. And take a look on the inside here. So if you compare the two, you can tell the Fram is definitely a little different. The design of it is. I don't know, I always thought K&N was more of like a racing type filter. I don't know that I'm going to buy these every time. Like I said, I'd rather buy the Mobile 1, but this is what they had. And so you get the filter, and then it also gives you a little, like a reminder for your next oil change, which is good, I guess. But price wise, this filter was less than the Mobile 1 that they would have had if it was in stock, and I believe it was less than, if this is the top Fram, it was less than that as well. I think the middle Fram, which is a Tough Guard or whatever they call it now, that's the same price as this. I want to say this filter was 11 bucks. So, and then you got so this would be the top, you got the one in the middle, then the orange cheapo, I think that's like $7 or something like that. So I don't know, I'm going to try this. Hopefully we don't end up with any knocking when the engine is cold after it sits or whatever. Hopefully this is the cure-all for that or whatever. But yeah, so I'm done with Fram filters. This is, and I've been a big, I don't know if I'd say believer, but I was a big advocate for using Fram just because it's what my dad always used. But I know the last couple times here, it seems like I've had issues. The other filter I had issue with was a CarQuest filter that I got, which is like the cheapest filter I've ever bought for that. For the Xterra, that was like a $3 filter, and every time you started it up, there'd be like a rod knock or a knock in the engine. So I know that for a fact didn't have an anti-siphon valve, drainback valve in it. So I don't know why the Fram was letting us down here, especially if this is like their ultra filter or whatever. That should be like a 10,000 mile filter. I can't imagine running it that long. But so for now, we're going to try the K&N, and we'll see how that works out. And that's going to be it for now.